Triple Elvis 777 clocking in, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, here for the people, even if the people don't need me, baby. Clocking in, son. I wish I had a jacket because I'm a Florida boy and it's usually not cold, but the sun's not out. Well, it's there, but the clouds are above it, and it's kind of got me messed up right now. I'm always dressed in like summer gear. Like the other day, I walked outside after it rained, you know, like flip-flops on, and it was freezing cold on my feet. I went to go feed the dog some steak. And yeah, I stepped on a puddle and it was frozen, son, frozen. Either way, I am learning how to use my camera a little bit more. The iOS or whatever had to be up and adjusted. Right now I have it on automatic. Come on, the sun's coming out. Yes, baby. I have it on automatic where it does it itself. But the problem with that is in the shade, it will just go straight dark. So we're gonna have to figure all this out. I have a little bit more knowledge, but you know, I'm struggling. So today I wanted to talk about happiness, right? I wrote a whole bunch of stuff down, so forgive me if I'm, you know, looking at my phone, but because I had a lot that I had on my mind. So, because how I was raised and how today in society, it's just completely opposite. Like, you know, let's get into it. So, happiness. Let me just start off with the joy that God could give us is way more than any problems that we face, right? So, there's nothing that His joy can't overcome, and we always have to worry and reflect on that. For some reason, we're always, you know, beating ourselves up when we don't have to. God didn't say we weren't going to go through, you know, the storm, but He just said He was going to calm the sea. So think about that. You know, we still got to go through trials and tribulations. We still got to go through the hard times. It's how we view those hard times is what makes the difference. So we're always going to put this burden on ourselves when we could just be happy. You know, we choose to be happy. This is not for anybody that's not a believer, because if you don't believe in God and you don't, you know, believe in, you know, Christianity specifically, like our founding fathers, George Washington and all of them, then go do something else. I don't know where you get your moralities. I don't know where you get your values. I don't really care. This is not for you, buddy. Next channel. Go next channel over. Adam, go watch Adam 22, baby. His stuff's falling apart, so go watch that. All right. So if you can't be happy with what you already have, why would you expect to be happy with more things, right? So if you can't be happy with God's joy and you have the world, why would you expect to be happy, you know, anyway? Like, it really doesn't make sense. Like, your position financially shouldn't control your happiness. So that leads me to my next point. Happiness is eternal, okay? Happiness is eternal. It's in you, it's not on you. It's not what you wear, it's who you are, okay? So let me give another example for that. Happiness depends on what you are and who you are. It doesn't depend on the house that you live in. It depends on the people in the house, baby. Like, we gotta start thinking for ourselves, right? It doesn't depend on the house you live in. It depends on the people in the house, all right? Once again, happiness doesn't depend on the dress you wear. It depends on the lady in the dress, okay? So why do we just think gaining more things, obtaining more things, showing off these things make us happy? It doesn't. It always leads to, you know, what is it? It's like a roller coaster. It's like dopamine, you know, like you get that temporary high. That's not where happiness comes from. If you keep chasing that, it's always going to lead down to the bad path. I actually think, what's his name? Dan Bilzerian talked about how, you know, once you have the Ferrari, you know, you got to just, the Mustang doesn't make you happy anymore. So it's kind of upsetting. The sun's really going down, messing up my camera. But it's kind of upsetting is that some people think that just because you got the Lamborghini, you know, you're going to be happy, but now you have to have something bigger than the Lamborghini to make you happy. And that's sad. That's sad to say. Like, I don't like hearing that, and I don't like seeing that. So let me just keep going. Jesus specifically was teaching us we're supposed to live from the inside out, not the outside in. For some reason, America's got that wrong. For some reason, we think, oh, because you marry the guy with the $1 million, you're going to be happy. Or even the guy with $1 million, just because he's got the million doesn't make him happy. I don't know why our Instagram and our society pushes that, but don't fall for that trick. Happiness comes from God, all right? So if you find out who God is and you search for God, He's going to help you realize that. But also success comes from getting a job, working every day. There's something that you're good at specifically that nobody else is good at, all right? So chase those things and chase those things and do them for God, and you'll end up being happy. You'll be a happier person. You could be broke, $0 in your pocket, and you'll end up being happier. It's guaranteed. And then this brings me to my final point is Kevin Gates said you could cover up your scars full of diamonds, but it's still gonna hurt. So let me think about that. You could cover up your scars full of diamonds, but it's still gonna hurt. Yeah, okay, exactly. There's more to that song, but that point right there is specifically what I'm talking about. Is, you know, just because you have the bling, just because you have the fancy lifestyle, just because you have all that, your scars, they're still there. You know, the real root problem is still there. And for some reason, we think we could cover it up with materialistic items. Materialism never got us anywhere. You know what's crazy? When you die, none of it goes with you. You literally, usually you're in a casket. Even King Tut couldn't take any of that stuff with him. So, I mean, they buried him, well, I don't know where they buried him. Probably at a temple somewhere. But my whole point is, you could have all this stuff in life and still be so sad. You could be a homeless man with nothing and still be happy. Why is that? Because if you think about what emotions are, emotions come from God. If we're made in the image of God, right? If we're gonna actually take that as fact, and we're made in the image of God, then He has perfect emotions. So He must know how to be happy, happier than we do. Okay, that could sound crazy, whatever. If you think that's crazy, okay, cool. I'm just saying, I'm a genuinely happy person on Monday through Sunday, baby. Like, ain't no problems here. Now, when I do run into problems, you know, it's just something that it's usually my fault. Something that I'm struggling with. Something that, you know, I probably should think about and meditate on. I don't take any drugs. I'm literally like probably the most sober person I've ever met, besides my family. Even then, I'm even worse than them because I smoke cigars. So there you go. So either way, you get my point. Is I don't need to fill my life up with what is those vices. I don't need to fill up my life with vices to be happy. And honestly, I'm happy by myself sometimes. I stick to myself a lot, and I like to, you know, just be alone. I'm not always Mr. Friendly, but I'm happy, you know, because I just deal with things internally and mentally. I've just grew up in a group of people that aren't scared of conflict, and we know how serious the world can get, so we might as well just stick to ourselves, you know. Sometimes sharing your voice and your opinion, people don't want to hear it, so it leads to conflict. Well, to avoid the conflict altogether, you just don't need to talk to people. Doesn't mean I can't be happy, you know. But I am outgoing too. I like, you know, socializing and talking to new people and getting to know each other and getting to know groups. The question is, what is my source of happiness? And does it come from my outer things? I don't have the nicest things, but I'm happy. I'm content with what I got. So a lot of people today, it's just we've lost that art. We've lost that art to just sit home and reflect on ourselves and just be happy. You know, I think today's society, I could be wrong. Y'all put the stats up. I mean, y'all change everything. Change definitions, change stats, change polls, change, you know, definitions. Let's see. What is it? Surveys. Y'all change surveys. So y'all tell me, is America on the most depressants today? Because I'm pretty sure that's what I was hearing, that it's like 1 in 4 Americans are on antidepressants. That's sad to me. That's a scary thought. Because one, I don't like being around people that are on drugs or hooked on drugs. So now 1 in 4 people I know is on an antidepressant. I don't like that. I really don't like that. What happened to communities? What happened to family? Oh man, it hurts. What happened to knowing God? People, you know, sometimes I really do feel like a dad coming on here and talking about this stuff, but I just see like, who's talking about it? Who's literally talking about it? Every time I go into anything, it's just somebody fighting or arguing or trying to be harder than the other person. It's like, what is this? What kind of circus are we running, man? I think our time's limited now. So when the tough times come, just know you got to be happy in the storm, baby. All right? Don't let this world get you down, because this is not it. This is really not it. Don't take my word for it. Dig into this yourself. Dig into yourself. I mean, I'm not even saying be a fake smile. Don't smile and pretend like you're happy. No, actually be genuinely happy. Like, this is not hard. To me, it's not hard, but I'm understanding and I'm realizing that a lot of people are struggling with this. But then I realize, I'm like, do a lot of people really know God? Why is it that they got no time for that? You know? Never have any time for that. And I'm not Mr. Pastor Boy. This is what's crazy. This is the crazy thing, is that I'm not Mr. Churchgoer every day. I don't even know the last time I've been to the building church. But it's like, I could just see, you know when you put a puzzle together and you see like something's missing, and you're like, oh, well, the guy's shirt sleeve is missing. Let's go find the piece with the shirt sleeve. I literally could see the piece that's missing. It's like, everybody has all these problems, but they never have any God. So what? Let's just do some math here. What's the piece that they're missing? The zodiac signs ain't doing it for you, baby. Apparently not if you're taking them antidepressants and you're fighting all the time. Like, girl, like, you know what I mean? Like, something's got to give. We got to start getting out of these crazy cycles. Either way, guys, I mean, this was my little rant today. I'm having a good day regardless. Triple Elvis, 777, clocking out, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Here for the people, even if the people don't need me. Psych.